Native American tribes are often remembered for their deep connection to the land, rich cultures, and the battles they fought with settlers and armies. But there's a side of their history that many overlook. Some tribes were not only fierce warriors, but also incredibly powerful in ways that will surprise you. These tribes didn't just survive. They controlled vast territories, shaped the history of North America, and even challenged some of the most formidable armies in the world. Let's take a closer look at a few of these tribes and explore just how powerful they really were. When you think of powerful Native American tribes, the Comanche are probably one of the first to come to mind. Known as the Lords of the Plains, they were feared across North America. The key to their power? Their unmatched skills as horse riders. The Comanche were among the first tribes to master mounted combat, which gave them a huge advantage in battle. Their ability to move swiftly across vast territories made them nearly impossible to catch. At their peak, the Comanche controlled a large portion of Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, and their influence was so strong that they could disrupt trade routes and even take on the U.S. military. Throughout the 1800s, they fought not only against American settlers, but also other tribes and the Mexican government. Their battle tactics were highly organized, with a knack for surprise attacks that left their enemies helpless. The U.S. Army struggled for years to defeat them, only being worn down by starvation and limited resources. The Iroquois Confederacy, also known as the Haudenosaunee or Six Nations, was one of the most influential political and military alliances in Native American history. It included 6 tribes: the Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, Seneca, and Tuscarora. Together, these tribes formed a union that was stronger than the sum of its parts, allowing them to stand firm against both other Native American tribes and European settlers. What made the Iroquois so powerful wasn't just their military strength, but their sophisticated system of government. They were among the first to embrace democratic principles, where each tribe had a voice in decisions that affected the entire Confederacy. This unity made them a formidable force, and they controlled vast territories in the Northeast. They played a major role in the wars between European powers, siding with the British during the American Revolution. Their diplomacy was just as important as their fighting ability. They used alliances with the French, British, and later Americans to maintain their power and influence. The Sioux, especially the Lakota, are one of the most famous and respected Native American tribes. Known for their bravery and fierce resistance to U.S. expansion, the Sioux commanded respect from all who encountered them. Their power wasn't just in their battle tactics, but in their ability to unite against common threats. The Sioux controlled large portions of the Great Plains, from the Dakotas to Montana. They were skilled hunters, traders, and warriors, but their most famous skill was their military expertise. The Sioux could often defeat much larger forces thanks to their knowledge of the land and their ability to move swiftly and effectively. The most notable victory came at the Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876, when General Custer and his troops were defeated by a combined force of Sioux and Cheyenne warriors. This battle became one of the most significant Native American victories against the U.S. Army. Even under intense pressure from settlers and the U.S. government, the Sioux remained a powerful force for many years. Their ability to resist both through military strength and diplomacy made them one of the most influential tribes in North American history. The Apache were legendary for their fierce independence and unmatched combat skills. Living in the Southwest, covering parts of modern-day Arizona, New Mexico, and northern Mexico, the Apache were masters of guerrilla warfare. Their hit-and-run tactics, combined with their deep knowledge of the rugged terrain, made them nearly impossible to defeat. The most famous Apache leader, Geronimo, became a symbol of resistance. For years, he led his people against both Mexican and U.S. forces, showing incredible resilience despite being outnumbered and outgunned. Geronimo's daring escape from captivity in 1885 only added to his legend. The Apache were also brilliant horsemen, using their speed and agility to attack settlements, military posts, and trains. Their raids caused widespread fear across the Southwest, and their ability to hold off U.S. forces for so long proved just how powerful they were. The Nez Perce, located in the Pacific Northwest, were known not just for their combat skills but for their sharp strategic minds. The Nez Perce were masters of both warfare and diplomacy. using both to their advantage when confronted with the U.S. government and settlers. Led by Chief Joseph, the Nez Perce became famous for their remarkable 1,170-mile retreat during the Nez Perce War of 1877. Though pursued by thousands of U.S. soldiers, Chief Joseph led his people on a remarkable escape, evading capture for months. His strategic brilliance in outmaneuvering the U.S. Army was a testament to his leadership and the strength of the Nez Perce people. Though ultimately defeated, the Nez Perce's story became one of resilience and resistance, with Chief Joseph's legacy as a leader who fought for his people enduring to this day. The Shawnee were another powerful tribe that played a key role in the early struggles against American expansion. Located in the Ohio Valley, the Shawnee were known for their strong leadership and ability to unite other tribes. They were instrumental in resisting European settlers, particularly during the American Revolution and the War of 1812. Tecumseh, the Shawnee's most famous leader, was a visionary. He sought to unite many different tribes into a confederacy to resist the U.S. government. Tecumseh understood that the survival of Native Americans depended on their ability to stand together. His efforts to create powerful alliances were initially very successful, and he led his forces against the U.S. Army during the War of 1812. Although Tecumseh's death in battle was a huge blow to the resistance, his leadership and vision have left a lasting legacy. The power of Native American tribes is often underestimated in mainstream history. These tribes weren't just warriors. They were also master diplomats, tacticians, and leaders who resisted and survived against incredible odds. From the Comanche to the Iroquois, the Sioux to the Apache, these tribes showed time and again that their power came not just from their battles, but from their unity, their knowledge of the land, and their ability to adapt. So the next time you think about Native American tribes, remember, they were far more powerful than you might realize.